Hello again. In this video, we're going to cover the move and rotate tools. So you'll be able to move your objects or figures around in the SketchUp environment, and you can twist and turn them around. So let's begin. Okay, let's begin by drawing a rectangular box of any length, width, and height. So first off, to cover the move tool works by selecting a particular edge, surface, or object or objects. So first off, we'll start off with an endpoint. So the move tool is this here. Kind of looks like a cross. And you can either select an endpoint and it will move that object. And it works kind of similar to the line tool, that you can use your access lines as references and the directions that you want to move in. And you can also type in the length that you want to move your particular point to. So if I want to move this 4 feet, I could type it in, hit enter, and it would bring it 4 feet in that direction. I could also move it 4 feet back. We can move an entire edge. So you can click anywhere along the edge and move the entire thing. Something in particular about moving edges is that you can't actually move them in the axis that they're drawn in. So this edge was drawn along the red axis. We're not going to be able to move it along the red axis. Now, last but not least, moving a face kind of acts like a push-pull tool whenever you're moving it along the axis that it's, I guess you could say, intersecting. And you can move it in every single plane. So green, red, and blue. Now if you use your select tool to select the entire object, you can move the entire object from that point in any direction. And same thing with all the other tools. You can use your navigation functions, orbit, pan, and zoom, and go back to your move tool, and you'll start off at the same point that you left off at. Now, the move tool kind of works in combination with the other tools. It's really important to make groups and components. So if I make this into a group and I move it onto this endpoint, if I want to move this object again, it can detach from this box here, which is not a group. But if I move this rectangular box onto this object now, you'll notice that whenever I triple click, it selects that entire object or objects. And when I try to move it, the face that's wedged in between there is going to move the face of this object as well. So important to use your components and grouping tools, so that way for whatever reason, if you want to move that object later on, you'll have that ability to. So that's the move tool, and you'll notice that the move tool also has these crosses on group and component figures. So what that'll do is you'll be able to rotate that object around the midpoint of these two planes along this face. So it'll rotate right where that little plus mark is. And you can type in your angles to change the direction that it's on. Likewise, you can do it along this face, or you can also, where is it? You can also move it along this one. I guess this one you could say it's rotating around the blue axis. This is rotating let's see. I guess you could say red. Yes, that would make sense. And this one would be green. So top would be blue, this side would be the red, and this one would be the green. For whatever reason, every single one of the compass looking figures look red. There is another rotate tool. If you hit the letter Q, or if you go to this looking item, you'll notice that I have green, blue, and red. And same thing, sometimes it's hard to get it to go to a particular color. You just have to kind of move it around or reorient yourself to get it to rotate along another plane. What's nice about the rotate tool is that you don't necessarily have to rotate at the midpoint of the face. You can rotate it along any point. So it can rotate it along this point here, and you'll notice that the object will move around that. Likewise, you can do it from an endpoint instead, but it just depends on what you're trying to do. So that's the rotate tool, and that's the move tool. They both work nicely in combination with the other tools. I think that's it. Yeah, till next time. Bye-bye.